Hey, welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura, and if you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel, I like to go deep within my readings. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot of time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes along with everything else. They're empowering readings, they're healing style readings. Keep in mind they have a therapy style, so the readings are a little bit longer due to the fact that I'm going in a lot deeper into the reading. It's not just about what your person did do, what they're going to do. It's all about why they're doing it, why you're attracting that person, and how to integrate and transmute your spiritual blocks so that you can shape shift your reality and quantum jump into the reality that you want. Yes, you have the power to create your life. Unfortunately, when we're in a karmic connection or when we're connected to someone and we have a lot of feelings, our emotions get in the way. So we can find our balance, especially if we have a lot of spiritual blocks ourselves. So hopefully you will be able to heal the effects of your trauma by understanding how you are contributing to the dynamic of the situations that play out so you can stop the karmic cycles that keep you in a place of limitation. All right. Now, without further ado, let's jump right on in. By the way, anything you need to know about the channel or anything in relevance to the channel or me and my other YouTube channels, check out my description box. If you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. Okay. And that is impatient, impatient. You know, I feel like the tables have turned. And that is, it's like, I feel like you've detached from this person. You are in connection with someone that held back, held back, held back, played every game in the book, and really in them playing every game in the book, I feel like ended the connection, but they're unaware that the connection is fully over. Like there's a part of you that's like, unless you came in and was like 1,000% different, and where you gave like so much to make up for how little you gave. And so unrealistically, so much. Like they'd have to come in buying your car. They'd have to come in like really promising everything, being completely different. And you don't really, you know that this person's not going to do that. So you detach from them because you're like, you did so much, you ruined the connection at this point. And this person is sitting here waiting for you to come back. And a lot of time has gone by, and they're realizing you're not coming back. They're realizing they should have been the one that came back. So they're getting really impatient. They were looking at their clock. They're like, they're not seeing anything. I feel like they've gone to your social media. They've tried to find out any information that they could about what you're up to. This person doesn't know whether you're dating someone now. They don't know. All they know is that a lot of time passed by, that they have not heard from you. So again, they're getting impatient. And I feel like you're way past that impatient to the point that you're like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't really even want it anymore. Like, unless, like I said, you're going to come in and give so much to fix and repair. And you would have to like give a disgustingly amount, like an absurd amount. Like, come and buy me a house. Come in like and give me to make up for the fact of what you did. All right, so let's see, what exactly did this person do? Well, I feel like this person tends to just, they don't really feel comfortable in any connection. So they have to seem almost like they're a bad boy, a bad girl, someone that's like a rebel without a cause, someone that doesn't need love, that is okay leaving a string of heartbreaks along the way. They try to paint a picture of themselves And it's really because they feel inadequate. They paint the picture of being someone that's almost like a player, someone that's a romancer, someone that people really desire and they know that people desire them. This is the image that they create. And it's really because they feel inadequate. Whenever someone feels inadequate, they always overcompensate, and they overcompensate by creating a persona. And this person created a persona like, I don't need love. Yeah, I leave a string of heartbreaks along the way. Don't fall in love with me because, I don't love, which is the most ridiculous thing. I feel like this person feels like they can't have love. And there was a sense of that fact that they had expectation that you were going to convince them, like how, no, you do deserve love. Yes, you do deserve a relationship. Like you were going to do like some therapy session on this person about why they should open their heart to you, why they should like choose you, like almost like as if you were going to persuade this person into being with you by doing what I feel like lower hanging fruit does. People that chase after and they again create a facade. This person's used to dealing with people that are phony. So they thought that you were going to convince them and not really be truthful with who you are, create a facade. They would use you and then not be with you. This is what I feel. Like that again, they're a player. They don't really want to form emotions, but they were attracted to you. It's not like they weren't. However, they just don't consider the spiritual connection. They were talking to so many different people. I don't even feel like they knew that they had a spiritual connection to you, but they didn't realize how deep the connection was. They didn't take it into consideration. They had expectations, like I said, though, because of the spiritual connection, they felt like, oh, you really like me a lot. So I have expectation that you're going to like, again, convince me. You're going to try and persuade me because I'm going to give you just enough and then sit back and then watch you do all the work. That's not what happened. And I feel like you had expectations of this person treating you the way you wanted to be treated. So both people had expectations, but had expectations without giving each other time. I feel like you wanted to give this person time, Virgo. This person wasn't allowing it. And they weren't allowing it because you weren't coming in the way that they wanted you to come in. There was a sense that you're confident, that you are confident in who you are, and I don't feel like you follow the crowd. So you're intimidating and you're very smart. This person perceives you as smart. They perceive you as strategic. They perceive you as everything that they are. So, which is someone that's, strong, but that there is also a emotional connection. So I feel like this person gets triggered. But the thing is like I said, they were a little too cocky and they had expectations due to past experiences. And I feel like this person doesn't really form intimate relationships, they form attachments. And how they do is that they're very dramatic. It's that everything's they lie a lot. So everything is a big spectacle that they create of why they can't do, why they can't be there for you, why, again, their life is so hard. Like it always trying to get the attention onto them, why they can't show up for you pretty much. And they do so by being very emotional. So I feel like you might confront this person, have confronted this person a few times. It's not like you didn't try to make this connection work. There was a spiritual connection. You had expectations, like I said. You thought that they were going to treat you the way that you treat them because of the spiritual connection. And so this person knew that you thought that too. So they would, again, be a little bit of an actor, an actress, be over the top, take the focus off what the problem is. and make it all about your reaction by them being very emotional and dramatic. So it's again, it's a way of gaslighting. Take the attention off. So it's like if this person forms attachments because emotionally, it's like they come on very strong, then they let go, then they come on strong, that they lie a lot, they manipulate, they have expectations. And then what it is, it's like this person tends to, always give too much time, give too much attention. I feel like to family, they tend to be like a martyr. They'll always rescue everybody else, but they don't rescue themselves when it comes to their relationships and just how they need to function. I feel like this person has problems straight across the board. It's like they avoid living life. And I feel like they hide behind their addictions. And I say that because um, they're not living life. Like you said, they give too much time, give too much energy to helping other people, but to giving other people, to fixing other people, but their life doesn't look good. Feel like they're not forming a strong, intimate connection with you, though they have feelings for you. I just feel like this person, what they think relationships are, is not, and they have expectations. So we know that it's like an ego based connection. That's what it is. When there's expectations, there's ownership. It's like you're supposed to act like this. You're supposed to do this for me. But then they're not giving you anything. They're giving everybody else something. And then if you say something like, hey, you have time and energy for everybody else, then they're like, no, you don't understand. I had to do that. I had to take that person to, work because their car broke down. And if they didn't, they were going to get fired. And, and they would twist it all around to be like, and then they would get fired. And how dare you be so selfish to not be understanding that person needs to work, that person. So it becomes all about the person needing to work and not about them uh, refusing to give you time, about them not being able to hear what you're saying. Instead, they see it as criticism and they get very triggered over it. And so it becomes a whole drama where it doesn't need to be a drama. This person was coming from their ego. There was no need for them to hold back. They held back because they didn't want to come to you. And that's really what it is. And it's because they feel inadequate. They feel like I shouldn't have to. If I have to come to you, then I have to like break the persona of what I created. I have to take off my mask. And my mask is that I don't care. I don't need love. I'm not vulnerable. I don't need to be vulnerable. This is who I am. We have a connection. You should just know how I feel. And if you're going to question me then about every little thing, then it's over the top and how selfish you are. It's all about manipulation. It's again, so that you couldn't really tell what was real and what was fake after a while. You realized that you were being manipulated too. So after a while, you didn't really feel safe. You're like, what? Why are you manipulating me? Are you seeing other people? Why won't you let me into your life? And it's lonely. It's lonely to be with a person that just wants me as an extension of themselves, someone that they can manipulate, someone that they can get to do stuff for them. It's like what you need me for, but I'm not getting what I need. You don't even look at that. You instead you'll give time and attention to everybody else, and you're the martyr then. Because look at me. Look at me, how good I am. Look at me, I'm a saint. Look at me. When really it's like you're avoiding me and then you also disrespect my boundaries of what I need. It's like, it's again all about what you want. It's not anything about what I want. I create boundaries to protect myself because you clearly don't know how to treat me. And then you do what you want. You do it so I'm not seen, I'm not heard. It's like I don't even matter. And again, because you don't need love, so you don't really need to be vulnerable. You don't really need to. So why be in a relationship? It's like, and it's ruining like whatever. We always had a hot connection. This is you, Virgo. We always had a very like hot connection. It's like that was the attraction. That's the soulmate connection. It's like you felt like home. You felt real. You felt, but but now it's like because you're such an asshole where you don't care about me at all. You just want me for what you want me for and what's good for you, that it's ruined the passion because I don't trust you anymore. It's ruined the passion. It's like I don't trust. So how can I actually become that close to you? And because I can, instead of you working it out with me and trying to talk to me and work it out to help fix the intimacy problem, the trust issues that would help then the passion part of our relationship. Instead, you look at other people, you talk to other people on your social media, you avoid me because you don't feel good, because it's all about you again. It's like poor you. You tell the story how I'm not giving you love, but are you telling people about what you do to me? Because you're acting like you're single all the fucking time. But then with me, you want me for what you want me for, and you don't care that you're not really giving me anything. So I don't understand what you want from this connection. I don't understand. Do you want to be in a connection? Do you not want to be in a connection? What is it? That's where you're at, Virgo. And they say, I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but sometimes I just judge the situation instead of surrender to it. I overthink, I get in my own head. It scares me, it triggers me. It's like again, I know that the universe works in mysterious ways, but I don't understand why the universe is bringing me someone that triggers me, why things aren't easy between us, why I don't want to give you. I don't know why. I don't know. So they're all messed up. And it's like, don't listen to other people. Trust to know the truth. So again, this person is asking other people for advice about what they should do about their situation with you because they don't trust themselves. And that's again because they're overthinking. And when you're overthink, you're basing all your life experiences on past experiences. So this person can't come up with any solution. They're stuck in stupid because again, none of their past situations were good. So they're asking other people, and birds of a feather flock together. So who they're asking haven't had the best relationships either. And it's like if they have to ask other people, then they don't know what to feel. And they don't know what they feel. And if they don't know what they feel, then they're not going to know how to treat you. And so every little thing that they do might annoy you, or you might say, you don't really do anything. Again, you're coming into my life and you're not giving me anything. You're just kind of taking up space and expecting me, again, to give you, to service you. You are a low vibe person because you are not a give and take equal reciprocity. It's all about me feeding you because you see that my life is all together, but I worked hard to put my life together. I've done what I've needed to do. You don't do what you need to do. You haven't been here for me, but you're coming back in here expecting that there's a seat at the dinner table when you haven't been here. I've hurt you and I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me someday and understand I was reacting in fear. This is where they're at. They're like, again, but it's what we see here is a person that does have feelings, as I said, but they're coming from a low vibration. Everything this is a person that acts very self-righteous, but then is also extremely insecure. So they act self-righteous. You say something to them, they're overly sensitive, and now they're insecure and they don't know what to do about it. They try and think of a solution, but they don't want to seem emotionally weak. They want to still create that persona like they don't care, they don't need love because, again, they continually sabotage love, is what I see here. So they don't really believe that they can have love. So this is a person that has a psychological reversal. They get in their own way because they're like, I do have feelings. They don't understand why. And it's because they avoid living life. They want to be seen as the hero. They want to be seen as the savior. That's why a person becomes a martyr. Look at what a good person I am. Look at what a good person I am. But they're not a good person to you. They're not giving to you, but then they can say, hey, look how selfish you are. I'm helping this person. This person needs me. You don't need me. You're strong. So you get penalized for being strong. But then they want to capitalize on your strength. They want you to give of your resources, which, by the way, is just your time, your energy, your focus, and your money, your resources, instead of them equal give and take reciprocity. They don't feel like you need it. So there's a sense like you trigger them. You trigger them. You're a little too big for them. You have a little bit too big of a personality. They like the fact that you have your shit all together, but it intimidates them. It only works if you're insecure. This is a person that is used to dating lower hanging fruit. And so they will continually try to knock you off your game in order to feel more confident about themselves. I feel like this person has a jealousy again, and they don't know why they get triggered, right? They don't know why. So they feel inadequate. And then they see you as like the catch of the day, but then and they want that, they almost want that as if they can seal it so they can have it for themselves. I want to know everything about you, but I hold myself back from asking. I'm afraid I'll get in too deep. So they always keep it on the surface. This person you feel like always talks about themselves, they do, but they don't, there's a sense of consciously doing that. Consciously. If I'm always talking about myself, I'm just hearing myself talk and I'm not getting to know anything about you. So again, emotionally, I am controlling how much I'm going to give you. And I don't want to get in too deep. So I'm going to not give you a lot. I'm not going to give you anything. These feelings overwhelm me and I become afraid. Sometimes I even run away from you because of it. And we know that. And that's that because this person avoids life, avoids love, avoids intimacy. They might have thought that sex was intimacy, and it is a form of intimacy, but it's not a high vibration without compassion, without real trust, without being able to be vulnerable, without being able to feel safe. This person almost wants to have the sex part like an animal, where it's like it's just the physical act. And it's because if they go too deep, they're afraid they're going to lose themselves. They're afraid that you're going to be able to hurt them. So again, they control the relationship. They want to be in the relationship. They have feelings, but it's all about them controlling the relationship by not allowing you to have boundaries and by having a lot of boundaries themselves, it looks like, right? Because they're giving everybody else. They have a lot of rules for you. Expand your concept of what a twin flame is. It's more than a romance. It's a deep soul activation to heal in order to embody love and light. So I feel like this might be a twin flame um, connection, but it's not like this person is surrendering. What I see is they're resisting. So there's always a runner and a chaser. Eventually that person will come back around if it's a real twin flame connection. Because again, when I let myself go deeper into thought of you, I can feel my heart opening. So it's again, this person has a real blocked heart chakra, and that happens from betrayal. So I feel like they grew up in an environment where there was betrayal. And betrayal can happen from a parent not protecting the child from another parent. It can happen for 1,000 other reasons too. But they grew up in an environment where there was betrayal. And so they continued to be that person that created pain. They they didn't become the empath. They become they became the narcissist. They became the person that had all the power. In this connection, they have no power. So that's why they control the relationship, because you outsmart them. They know that you know, but they can't help themselves because they really do have a connection, but they're terrified of the connection because they haven't done the healing yet. So I would say that they have the potential to step into their divine self. They're just not there yet. And they're in the midst of running around, trying to figure it out. Because that's what it is when 1 second you're like, want to surrender to it. And then the next second they're like, wait a minute, I don't know whether I want this. Let me see if I can get you to do what I want you to do, which is what they kept doing. And you were like, not today. And so that's why this person is like knowing at this point why you're in separation from them, and they feel bad for it. They do. But I feel like they're trying to figure out why they do that. And so again, what is a twin flame relationship? It teaches us to look at our wounds. So this person is just starting to look at their own behavior. It's a process. And so you're not going to see them automatically come back tomorrow. Runner and chaser, there's a reason why they say it. And it's not that you're chasing, but you're connected to this person. You're like, I want this person to come back. So in that, it's almost like the abandonment that you relive. So unless you embody your shadows at this time, it's going to be very painful if it's a real twin flame connection. Okay, so it's almost like this person again has a lot of regret. And they're living in the past, and they're trying again to figure out how to clean it up, right? It's like because they know that they didn't give you anything, and they know that you're disappointed in them, and they don't really feel that they doubt quite highly that you're going to even take them back. But because it's a twin flame relationship, this person again continues to evolve back to having those feelings of unconditional love towards you, even though their ego is getting triggered to high heaven, which is again why they keep questioning the relationship. Why, if you're supposed to be with me, why isn't it easy? It's again, no relationship's easy for this person unless it's a person of lower hanging fruit that doesn't care how they treat them, which that is not you. This person is being asked to evolve and to step into their divine self. That's what a twin flame connection does. It's saying, okay, it's time. Step into your divine self. Again, what's going to happen, I feel like, is things are going to happen for you. See, the universe is going to get involved. And when I say that, I feel like you've been working on yourself. This person hasn't been there for you. And so you're going to get some sort of fame. You're going to get some sort of recognition. You know, a lot of attention is going to be on you. You're going to get an opportunity. Okay. And that is going to trigger this person's ego because when the divine has to orchestrate, you know, the twin flame connection with, because it's again, this person's ego is gigunda and they have a lot of fear. They have a lot of fear around relationships. So again, they've created that persona. They don't want that mask to come off. So spirit is again going to say, well, either you're going to give this person something or they're going to leave you behind because things are happening for this person. Things are happening because you've been working on yourself. You walked away from this person. This person, it had expectations that you were going to do different. And then when you didn't, they held back, they held back, they held back. Now all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, like a long time has gone by, a real long time. And they're getting impatient because their intuition is telling them you're over it, you're done, you've disconnected, that's it. Too much. Now the tables have turned. Now you're going to be the runner. At this time, the situation is stable and unlikely to change, right? Like you're not changing. Like I said, yet like they realize that because the situation didn't change, that they didn't change, that you're not changing, that your stance is what it is. You're not reaching out to them. You're not giving them anything. That's it. You're done. It's like there's nothing to fight for here because you continually put walls up. You isolated me. You rejected me. You abandoned me. You did everything except for what you should have done as a twin flame, which is love me. This person again got so triggered by you. But guess what? They're about to get triggered even worse because life is going to happen for you. And they're going to, they already know I haven't given you anything, but they're really going to be like, I didn't give you anything. When they see again what you're going to accomplish, how much attention you're going to get. So understand, keep on your path. Yeah, like I said, there's a sense that you're just gonna go with the flow. You're going with the flow. You don't at this point you don't really even care. It's like, and you're elevating. You are elevating because you're again co-creating. Things are happening for you. You're in the flow. You're just loving on yourself. You're co-creating, and this person sees sees and literally can see it, but also can see it like third eye, like things are going to happen for you. You're going to leave them behind. It's like because you're elevating, and that they either are they're going to have to elevate to get, or they're going to be left behind. There's a sense that they're getting a new perspective. The new perspective is that really nothing compares to you. But they have to elevate and stop controlling. That they destroyed the relationship because they wanted to control. They have to not, again, control. Because what they really do want is they want a partnership. They want to collaborate because they don't just want you. Whatever you're getting recognition in, it's like, they're like, I feel like this person just doesn't feel comfortable. Like connecting to people on a romantic level. They don't, they're not emotionally intelligent. They get in their own way. They sabotage the connection. If anything, they treat the person that they like the worst. Psychological reversal. They just continually do it and they don't mean to do it. So, but what's catching their eye is that shit's happening for you. And I feel like, again, you're getting a lot of recognition. And this person, it's like, I can see how I can help you. I can see how I can, how we can work together, that we can collaborate, that it would create harmony and balance. because they do feel this unconditional love, and they don't know why, because it's a twin flame relationship. I don't feel like this person's spiritually evolved. They're more business oriented. So they're like, I'm a business person. I know how to make money. I can help you. I can see how I would fit into your life. So there again, want to do something together, like do the collaboration, and they feel like it would help create harmony, and it would help create the balance that's missing in this connection. So that's their idea, and that they want to express their truth. They're going to tell you how they feel. So again, they are going to declare, how they feel. Going to finally express to you, where I don't feel like they've ever said anything to you. And I feel like it's because they feel like you leaving them behind. I feel like this is a soulmate twin flame relationship, and that's a divine connection. And that's when the universe gets involved. And it's because this person has feelings. They do have unconditional love for you, but they created such a persona. They've been wearing this mask for so long that they actually think that they're their mask. Their survival is based on that. That's an attachment. And so it's that mask that actually gets in the way of them having love. And really, when it's real unconditional love, which is this symbolization of the soulmate twin flame connection, it's a unconditional love where the opposites of spectrums come together to make whole. So it doesn't mean that you're half a person or the other person's a half a person. It's the fact that where you have spiritual blocks, that person has gifts, and vice versa. So what it is that you come together to work on a mission to help transmute the spiritual blocks. This person sees a whole life unfolding for you right in front of their eyes. So they know you're gonna be a thing of the past. They're gonna be a thing of the past, I should say. And that because they really haven't done anything. They haven't given anything. And I feel like it's that ego that gets triggered. The divine makes that happen, conspires to make that happen for you because you worked hard to get there, but also because there is unconditional love. Your person is just stubborn, but it was a spiritual test for you not to give in, to hold to your truth, to actually see this person surrender their ego, to have to come back. Again, when we surrender the ego, we're taking the mask off and we're coming to a place of unconditional love, which is what the soulmate twin flame connection is all about. It's not an easy process, though. This person's fighting every step of the way until the divine, like I said, gets involved. And now they realize I have no choice. It's either I do it now or I lose it all. And when I lose it all, I don't just lose the person that I love, my other half, even though I didn't let this person in, I didn't give them shit, but I lose the whole shebang and shebang, because if I'm with this person, they're creating a whole life, and that life looks exciting. That life is something that I is important. I want to be seen as important. So again, the ego gets triggered again. That spirit is using this person's ego to make them change. The universe conspired to make the things happen at the right time, divine time, which to me, again, is all about the soulmate twin flame connection, that we don't have, like, we never know when it's going to happen. And it's because it's divine time. It's when spirit feels like everyone is ready, everyone has accomplished what they've needed to accomplish. And what this showed is that spirit said, oh, this person would never come back until they got to see something gigantically huge happen in your life. And that was really what the universe said. Oh, I'm going to show them that you're going to have a life, that you're going to be walking into a dream life, and that they're going to be left behind, since they decided to play all these games and hold back and breadcrumb, and you stayed strong and you fed yourself. You gave yourself the love. I'm going I'm going to maximize the love that you gave yourself by tenfold. And that surrenders this person's ego, because in the fact of you loving yourself tenfold on top of, again, what you gave yourself, rather I gave you and what you gave yourself, the universe conspires to bring you everything what you need. So this person can see it and it terrifies them. So they're coming back, but they're coming back because things are happening also in your life. And so it's not just that they're passionate about you, they are like excited about what is happening for you. And like I said, they can see creating a life with you, where before I don't think that this person could, because you're opposite. You're so opposite from them that you trigger them. But the irony is, once they really start to get to, if you guys do, if you agree to enter into the soulmate twin flame relationship, which most people do, because it's just one of those things that I just can't help it. I just love this person. They're going to see that you guys have a lot more in common, because that's also what the soulmate twin flame connection is. At first, people get caught up in the differences, because you're not you don't look like the type of person that I would date. You don't act like the type of person I would date. You're not into the same things that my person would like. But then when they're actually in the relationship, they're like, oh, I went through that too. Oh, that made me feel that way too. So all the internal workings, the psychological and the emotional way of, you identify with this person identifies with you. You both feel safe with each other because of that. But on the exterior, no, they're like, again, not someone that you would pick. And that's the irony, that spirit does that purposely, because what it's saying is you don't have any control over who you love. It's just a divine thing. It's just, you just love who you love. You can't help who you love, no matter who tells you who to love, how to love, when to love, why to love. Doesn't, no, I just love. And I love who I love. And that's the lesson, the twin flame. And by the way, that happens when both parties, a lot of times, are brought up in an environment where there was expectations in order to be loved, meaning you're going to act like how I want you to act, and then I'm going to act like I love you. Otherwise, I might ignore you. So love was conditional. The twin flame soulmate relationship is, this is a difficult fucking thing in the beginning, and it's so triggering, but everyone surrenders. Everyone comes to a place of balance. So spirit says, leave it off on this. Learning to love myself, twin flame soulmate relationship, all those shadows that need integration, all those inner child wounds that need to be integrated. Spirit's saying it's too much shadows on both sides that need to be healed. And both of you guys ignore that. You haven't healed your shit, not 100%. You kind of did, but not really either. So I have to get involved. I have to get involved, because you both have expectations. You both are going about love the way you were raised, and that's wrong. We're here to break the ancestral karma. And you both agreed you wanted to do that. And you're like, well, we did. And so on a higher level consciousness, yes, you did. And so what spirit is saying is, it all starts with learning to love yourself. This person's the mirror of you and you of them. That's why there's so much triggers. And the art of transmutation is through the act of creating. That's why, again, the curtain call at this time for you. And that's why this person says, oh, I feel like it could be a part of that. And they will allow them to surrender their ego, and again, allow them to go open up their heart, because it's all about learning to love yourself. But when we have those blocks, due to, again, the experiences that we've gone through that made us feel inadequate, not good enough, not safe, again, these psychological wounds, the universe then says, ah, we have to get involved. And the universe is God. God says, I have a hand in this because they don't know what they're doing here. They're creating a lot of triggers. And what's going to happen is that they're both going to exhaust each other until they come to a place of surrender. And it's all about learning to surrender to loving yourself first. I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strength. I realize that I am a being of light and I allow myself to shine. So what Spirit is saying is that um, you both are healing. You're healing your childhood wounds, your shadows with this connection. You have no control. It's a soulmate twin flame relationship. So you can choose not to be in this person's life, though you would always kind of regret it because there's unconditional love. There's no deeper connection. The reason why is Spirit saying both you and this person think completely differently. Completely. Your approaches to life are completely different. And so you don't make this person feel safe and vice versa. And so you don't feel safe with each other, but safety doesn't reside on making the other person safe and controlling the other person, which is what your person tried to do. It's about controlling yourself. And what you did, Virgo, was you said, well, I'm not getting anything. You're not giving me anything, and you're trying to manipulate. So I'm putting the energy into myself. And when you did that, the universe conspired to make something happen for you. So you already detached. This person is learning how to surrender their ego. This person, again, is coming back and they are offering, but it's all about, like I said, raising your vibration. It's all about learning to love yourself. Because while we have shadows, again, it's parts of ourselves that we've rejected and disassociated from that makes us feel abandoned, that makes us feel not lovable, that actually makes us feel like we can't manifest because that's the blockage that makes it impossible to manifest when we don't love ourselves, because then we're not coming from a place where we love ourselves. Our habits and our behaviorisms are in alignment with that. And that's what we saw in the beginning of this, where your person didn't really believe that they could have love. So they kept rejecting it, and or trying to get you to not come from your vibration, lower your vibration. And that wasn't happening. And so in the end, you walked away and they were like, and now here I am, and I wasted so much time only to surrender my ego because I can't control this. So this typical twin flame soulmate journey. So I hope that you enjoyed it, Virgo. You let me know whether you resonated. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.